So we're just trying to find the start of the West Kernow Way in the fishing town of Penzance. Apparently they're somewhere on the western promenade. We have no idea exactly where. And a bit of a manic morning. Couldn't find the Garmin, somewhere in a bag. So we're a little bit without any navigation at the moment. I'll have to try and correct that at some point soon. Yeah. Hope it all starts to come together shortly. We're led to believe the telly are going to be here. So we're just looking out for something that looks a bit like telly. Not a real clue though. It's all been a bit hectic. Glad to just get out on the road, just chill out a little bit. And we're off!
I had to put all my clothes back on.
Ready? To be fair, he did a lot of trading. He put his all into it.
Woohoo! We are going! Check out them fishing boats. Cracking number plate. Well, we've left the crowds behind. We're now heading to our first landmark, Porthcurno. Now, I think Porthcurno is the place where the first telephone line was laid across the Atlantic. I used to work for Cable and Wireless many years ago, and I never came down here, but the name Porthcurno sticks in my head for that reason, I think. And we're rolling on down. We've left the other riders behind, the Penzance wheelers we were rolling out with, and they're just doing a little bit of the ride today and just chilling. So we're cracking on. Going to take in all of the sights on day one, but we've got to cover a bit of distance, about 90k, so we can't hang around too much. But we are definitely going to be doing some pasty sampling, that is for sure. But there is the Cable and Wireless Museum, Porthcurno, and pretty famous site, first ever transatlantic telephone call. We've just climbed up a big hill because we want to see the Minack Theatre, which is kind of old theatre thing down here, but blimey, it better be good, because that was a big old hill to get up to it, and we're going to have to turn back round and go down again in a minute. So the idea of the West Kernow Way is to sort of bring a bit more tourism, I think, sort of sustainable tourism to this part of Cornwall in the off season. But we're sort of coming right on the cusp of the end of this holidays, and so it's still pretty busy, which is why things like the Minack Theatre have still fully booked up. Look what we got, grass out in the middle. Sorry? The first part of the ride is road to Porthcurno, and then promise a bit more off-road. As you can see, we've just kind of hit first stretch of gravel. Well, I suppose there's a bit of tarmac in it, maybe, but it's obviously so old, it's turned into sort of a little gravelly track. And just spin around just ahead, we're coming up to Land's End. Well, hey. Oh wow, we just had a bit of a navigational issue, and luckily we've looped back and found Land's End. I mean, it would have been pretty tragic to miss Land's End on this ride. So anyway, hopefully it's free for bikes to get in. I don't know. I guess so. Welcome to Land's End. Here we have it. The end of England. This is the start of the Cornish Way, which is kind of, I suppose, the start of cycling in the whole of the UK. If you want to go end to end. So this is the official Land's End. We've just done the touristy sign thing. But this is the real one. It's such a nice day. I mean, it's not the sunniest, but I'm in the wrong gear. One-handed with the GoPro is never good, never good. But yeah, it's just beautiful. It's just a nice sort of temperature. Really nice for riding. The sun's just trying to come out. But there you go. There's the Kernow flag. And we are at Land's End. Woo! We made it! Next stop, New York. Left. So we are definitely away from the crowds of Land's End now. Came across the ride across Britain, which was starting I think tomorrow, and you can kind of see where we are now. We're on a sort of old gravel track, pretty bumpy actually, going across the cliff tops. We're going left. My navigation systems have been about 80% reliable so far. Land's End, it doubles back on itself because obviously it's Land's End, and so we kind of ended up shooting off down a little gravel track too early, and it was going the opposite direction for Land's End. We didn't realise it was in the middle of it was just like overgrown. Look at that, that's quite cool, isn't it? Oh, horsefly sort of insect swarm. Oh, nasty, covered in them. Oh, I don't know what they are. They're like flying ants or something. Millions of them. Just like hopping all over me. Oh, they're like midges. Oh man. Keep going. Flap them off.
Take photos of the monument or something.
No, I just want to get rid of these midges.
Oh, horrible.
We're like a midge swarm. Ah. Heck. I'm going to stop filming because it's really not very nice. Slightly random place for a stop. We've just stopped at St Just. We've just done the Cape Cornwall. We just had flapjack, recharging, fizzy drinks, like kind of instant energy, that's what we're craving. And yeah, super nice so far. Like a mixture of really smooth kind of like quiet roads and then kind of really sketchy, loose, rubbly gravel, which has been a bit of a laugh. It's quite sketchy. But yeah, tons of fun. And yeah, the Condor's just mega for this kind of thing because they can kind of really mix it up between the road and the loose stuff with no dramas. Not too many dramas anyway. Anyway, cracking on. Proper. It's Poldark country. We've got all around old mines. Can't really see it now. We're hitting the gravel again by the looks of things. A lot of tin mines. We haven't actually got the guidebook, so yeah, it didn't reach us in the post before we left to kind of set off. So it's a bit sketchy, which is why I'm struggling just to hold things in line, film and cycle. Yeah, it's just amazing old abandoned tin mines back all around here. and very sweet kind of gravel. You can hear it. Not too shabby. It's really cool, huh? And Jo is somewhere back there. I think she's just doing a bit of taking the views in. Almost looks like it's a cafe there, National Trust Cafe. Oh, if only I'd remembered my National Trust card. Could have gone in. Yeah, look at this, it's all the old mines. Super cool. I'm going to put this down because it's getting a bit sketchy over here. A little bit of a glimpse of sort of off-road sections you've got. Okay, this bit here says Bridleway, but as Joe just pointed out, it's got rather large steps all the way up it. You probably get down it on a mountain bike, but you would definitely not get up it. Just been riding through this kind of over this like moorland bit with this sort of standing stone thing at the top. It's just completely unrideable, really. Not sure of the merit of having this stretch on the route. Really, I mean, if that tour thing is cool. I mean, if you're on a mountain bike, maybe without gear, maybe okay. But lots are just really tricky. It's just too deep and rutted, really, to ride. And there's a sign behind me. It's danger. No parking beyond this point. Thank you. I mean, I don't know if they're thinking we're going to park our bicycles or our horses, maybe. There's not a way you get any vehicle up there. I mean, like Joe still hasn't come out. That she's somewhere in the undergrowth. It's just basically gorse and ferns and ruts. And it's not gravel bike friendly. And it's not bike friendly, really. It kind of feels a bit pointless, that bit. It's because it's basically a bit of a walk, a lot of it. So, yeah, I'm sure some people could ride for it, maybe. We fell off a bit. Joe fell off. Not very happy about that. She said, I said, oh, this is the high point of the ride, I think. She went, I think the high point is my low point. Here she comes, just like plodding through. She won't be very happy. We'll turn the camera off at this point. Joe stopped swearing, so I put the camera back on. She's just been getting all of the crap out of her shoes. We just like worked out that's taken about an hour, and we've gone about 3 kilometres, I think. So I like.
We've gone 3 kilometres or something.
3 kilometres in an hour or something. Whoa, I was just throwing our little itinerary for dinner out the window. We're going to have to reschedule. It's not gone entirely to plan. It's getting darker, the sun is going down. We're still some way off, and it's just a pretty slow pace when pretty tired. It's kind of much more like kind of mountain bike average speed than a like, you know, kind of gravel ride. So that's really kind of knocked us back a little bit. And there's that little bit in the middle which is just like a walk for an hour. So yeah, we're pretty spent. Yeah, not gone exactly as we wanted. We wanted to be in the pub by now, but I'm just hoping we're going to get in before it gets too dark. You go first, or I'll go first. I dropped the GoPro earlier, and it's got a big ding in the like lens cover thing, so I'm not sure if it's going to be showing. Anyway, we're cruising down now, finally into Porthleven. We just bashed along the main road, so we just kind of missed out a little high up section that went over the top of probably what was a pretty spectacular hill. If we got there when the sun was, you know, going down, it would have been amazing. It's a really amazing sunset. We're totally broken from the north to south section of the ride on day one. Cruising down to Porthleven, we'll just like eat anything, drink anything, we'll probably just collapse. And yeah, like recharge everything overnight hopefully, and hopefully not be too achy in the morning. So, what do you need to know about the West Kernow Way day one? Well, if you do it like we did it, and you try and get as far as Porthleven, it's quite hard, especially if you didn't leave till lunchtime like us, because we were faffing around at the start with all the good folk that put it on. And yeah, so Porthleven is probably all right as a first night stop. If you start early, break it all up, maybe, yeah, take a view on whether or not you go across the moory bit in the middle. Not sure that. I mean, there's like a stone circle thing. If you want to really, we're going to go and see that. Maybe just walk up there and leave your bike. But yeah, I mean, Porthleven, totally doable in a day if you get going pretty early on, I'd say. So you can see, like for us, it's not quite dark. The GoPros probably actually make it look lighter than it is because they're good like that, but yeah, it is pretty dark really now. It's pretty much dark. Just hoping all the fish and chip shops and whatever are still open. Oh, going for another mid-storm. We've been going for these all day today. Just like really thick kind of, literally clouds of midgets. And they're really not very nice. Anyhow, day one, yeah, so well, this for us will end up being about 100k today, because we started in Marizion, not Penzance, and that's about another 5k, and then we had a bit of a sat-nav issue around about Land's End. I mean, like, how the hell we managed to do that, that just shows we were not really paying attention. And so we did an extra 5k there without meaning to. So yeah, our little 88k has turned into 100k, which not ideal really. Not going to win many brownie points today for that, so hopefully I'll be forgiven in due course. I'm not sure what to expect from Porthleven actually. I kind of thought we'd get in nice and early, and then we'd have a swim, and then we'd have a nice little bit of dinner, but that's not really going to happen, I don't think. Look at that, beautiful. Joe said she should not be filmed earlier on because of quite a bit of grumpiness about that middle bit of the ride. But yeah, look here, we're coming in now, so let's give you a bit of footage. Will it have been worth the slog? I mean, it's supposed to be like an amazing fishing port of, you know, lovely, like, you know, fish come straight off the boat, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's just a little Cornish fishing village really. That's what the West Kernow Way is all about, isn't it? Getting to see some of these like proper places that haven't changed that much, really, I suppose.
In 200 yards, turn right onto B33.
Whoa. 3 police cars racing towards somewhere. There we go. Look at that. I mean, that is beautiful. That is absolutely, that's not beautiful. Look at that. Picture postcard. Come on. That's what we're talking about.